Welcome back to Morning Coffee, RVN TV.
Here we are.
I'm Krista Smolda. I'm here with Joe Asamende, and we don't have Keith with us anymore.
No.
Are you sad?
Excuse me, I have to come forward with my
But the reason I'm not sad is
No.
he's been replaced with someone that's like really awesome.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
it is my friend Paul Oleynick, and Paul is an award-winning actor. He's an international voiceover artist and impersonator, originally from Winnipeg, which I was just saying is a really cold place to live. But now he is in Calgary, Alberta. Formerly an award-winning TV on-air promotions, writer, producer, and director. Paul, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to be here.
And Paul, I met you, I don't know, I want to say it was maybe 5 years ago at our studio, which we've actually moved and upgraded our studio twice since then. So we've seen
Oh,
some growth since then, but you have too. And I
Yeah,
want to
absolutely. Yeah, it was fun last time. I had a blast.
I want to congratulate you on your growth. You now have 20,000 Facebook followers.
Well, it all started. I just started, after COVID. I thought, I'm going to do an impersonation almost every day and see how it goes. And then all of a sudden, I've got like 10,000 viewers, then 20,000 views, and great feedback from doing impersonations every day. And I actually caught some attention of some names out there. Mark Aitchison compared me to Rich Little and Frank Gorshin.
Wow.
And he's worked with Matthew Perry and Will Ferrell. So it was kind of exciting to get feedback like that, and got the attention of a talent agent as well, a new talent agent out of New York and personal manager Tom Chiarella, who used to be known as Tommy Cheese in the comedy business, and he's been working it for 55 years. So, yeah, so it's been interesting. I did work on a few projects beforehand. I did 3 audiobooks for Philip R. Harrison out of the UK, which were children's books, and they were audiobooks where I provided the voices of all the characters. One was called Fluffy the Monkey, The Adventures of Fluffy Monkey Compendium, and Draw Your Own Adventures Compendium, and Save Jamu. And they're doing well. So I did that, and I also did a virtual reality game that was a $1 million game that was made for people with Alzheimer's and dementia, to help them with their cognitive skills. And I played like the hero and the villain, which was like a Cary Grant voice and Peter Lorre type villain for that. And that was a lot of fun.
Paul, let me ask you a question, because I used to have a show called Entrepreneur State of Mind, and I used to talk to people about how they got started in certain types of business. And it's
Right.
not like you decided to open up a store. It's a very unique
Right, yeah.
business to be in. So at what age or when did you realize you kind of had this talent and it's something you wanted to pursue as an actual career?
Well, I was always a very shy kid, so I watched a lot of cartoon shows and movies, and started to impersonate the people on TV, and figured out that I had a knack for it. So I eventually went into drama in early high school, and I found out there was a competition to go to New York for the International Modeling and Talent Association. And I decided to audition for that, so I did. And they took me down with some of their students down to New York, and I entered a couple of competitions, the soap opera competition and the television commercial competition. And to my surprise, I won the television commercial competition reading a Cadillac commercial. And that's where I kind of jump-started my career. And then I went back to broadcast school and got my certificate in radio and television announcing, and started doing I went to the local television network and did some impressions for them, and lo and behold, they hired me for the voice of a dog, which won a CanPro award in all of Canada for best half an hour show. And then I eventually worked my way into the promotions department and started to write and produce and direct the trailers that you see that entice you to watch movies and shows like Seinfeld, Friends, and things like that, and like the
Wow.
X-Files, and started to do that so I worked in the business for about 12 years in TV doing that. Ended up at Movie Central, which is all of Western Canada, and started doing some national spots for them as well, and won some awards doing that as well, and had fun. Like I couldn't believe they were paying me for doing what I was enjoying doing. It was just such a rush. And when I wasn't doing that, concurrent at the same time, I was doing commercials and doing voiceovers and doing impersonations and stuff like that. So
That's awesome. You hit the nail on the head right there with the doing what you love, right? And
Exactly.
it's being silly and funny and doing funny voices. And I don't know. That seems
Some
fun
of the
to me.
voices in my head say that too.
Yeah,
Paul, I really am impressed by impressionists. I think it's really a cool thing to be able to do those voices. So I have a couple questions for you. Number one,
Okay.
When you start doing, you hear somebody's voice, how long does it take you before you perfect that? Let's say, does it come right away, or do you have to work on it?
And are there voices you just can't do, right?
yeah, there's some voices I can't do yet, but some come just right away. Like I can just hear it and just do it verbatim. But some of them I have to work a little bit longer on to perfect them. I'm still working on a Christopher Walken one. Everybody asks me if I can do Christopher Walken, and he's one of the tougher ones to do. But yeah, some of them, like just yesterday, I was watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and the voice came to me like right away. So
Roger Rabbit?
yeah, it all depends.
I saw that on Facebook. I saw that. You did that on Facebook.
That's right. Yeah.
You want to give us Roger Rabbit real quick?
Yeah. Please, Eddie, also don't just
Oh, my face is going to really hurt when I leave here.
What are some of the classics that you do? Like you do Bogart, and you said Peter Lorre. You do those all the time?
Well, I created a voice that sounded sort of similar to Peter Lorre. It was like all the Vespas, all the balloons in Juniper Beach. I will shut down the beach, and none of you will be able to play here anymore. Type thing. So I did a villain voice that was close to Peter Lorre because that's what they wanted. And then I did Cary Grant. Hello, how are you? It's pleasant to go down to the beach, type thing. So it's, you do things like that, it's similar. They wanted something that was similar to it, not exactly bang on, but, I do Jack Nicholson, like he's retired now, but you want answers, son. You can't handle the truth. Go sell crazy somewhere else. We're all stocked up here.
Paul, I have a question. So when you are practicing a voice, like
Yeah.
what do you do? Because there's lots of you have to study that person's full vocabulary, right? Of how they say certain
Yeah,
words.
just I don't know. I don't know why it comes so naturally to me. Like it just it does. Like I don't know. You just and then you start working on their mannerisms and things like that, like Jack Nicholson with the eyebrows and
Right.
stuff like that.
Yes.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I seem to have more of a knack for the cartoon characters though. Like
Right.
I can do Christopher Lloyd and I can do some of the like Kermit the Frog and stuff like that. But
Christopher Lloyd. Back
I
to
don't
the
know.
Future.
It just yeah.
Give me some Christopher Lloyd. Give me some.
Oh, you want to hear some? Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here with our special guest, Mrs. Kristen Spaulding. I'll sing you a little bit here. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions and only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So I've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I think that I'll wait and see. Somewhere we'll find it, a rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Let me tell you, you just hit a chord. I loved that song when I was little. And
Oh, I
used
loved
to,
it too. And it's so fun to work on it.
that is identical to how he sounds.
Wow.
The Rainbow Connection.
Right.
Do you know it?
I know it.
You might be too elderly.
Wait, Paul, let's continue our conversation
The
real quick.
Muppet Show.
The Muppet Show. I do remember the Muppet Show, though.
You
really.
do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was was a movie, right? That
Yes,
was
it was the Muppet movie.
That was the first Muppet movie. Yeah, that was the first one.
That was really good, Paul.
You know, Paul. Another thing I think is interesting about impressions is that the physicality of it. For instance, like you talked about Frank Gorshin, like when he does Burt Lancaster or Kirk Douglas, he actually transforms it himself into that character,
Right, yeah.
which kind of sells it. So I think that that enhances the characterization itself. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I'm working a little bit more. Like I usually can nail the voices, but the mannerisms you got to study. Absolutely, you definitely have to study them and get them bang on. Like that just enhances it and makes it that more believable for the person. Yeah, absolutely,
I
you're
think
right.
about just the internet, and I know it's been around a long time, but it wasn't always around in my life. And I
Right.
think about like the internet and YouTube and just the ability to see all these clips and
Right.
study from afar has probably transformed the world of
Oh, yeah.
impersonators and voiceovers.
Because one of the things that was interesting is George Kirby. I mean, if you know who George Kirby is?
I don't.
He's an impressionist, but he's a heavy-set black guy, and yet he does all these impressions, and you actually see, he doesn't look like them.
Yeah, that's.
But that's how good he is at doing that.
Well, Paul doesn't look like Kermit. Well, Paul doesn't look like Kermit the Frog.
He could have fooled me.
Maybe a little bit today with my green blue shirt here. No,
Here
just
today,
kidding.
he's feeling a little Kermit.
Yeah,
So we want to get into a couple more
impressions.
because, yes.
Okay, like you wanted an older one. Here's
Yeah.
Ricardo Montalban.
Okay.
Smiles, everyone, smiles. All your fantasies can come true, tattoo. I will chase him around the moons of nebulae, and I shall have him.
That was good. I shall have
That's
him.
tattoo. That's
How about John Travolta?
Oh, Sandy, baby, I sit and wonder why, oh, why, oh, why can it be? Oh, Sandy. Oh, Mr. Carter, I get queasy. I work hours on my hair and you mess it. Why? I don't get this math or algebra.
This is pure entertainment.
is good.
What are some of your favorites?
One of my, I like the old school Bugs Bunny and stuff like that, like Foghorn Leghorn and Chicken Hawk.
Oh yeah, let's
I
get
say, boy, I have to have a long talk with that boy. Chicken Hawk, yeah? Chicken Hawk. I'm upset.
Oh, this is wonderful.
absolutely.
Wonderful. How about Porky Pig?
Blue Christmas without you. Blue Christmas without you. That's all, folks.
Oh, Paul, we are dying over here. All right, how about Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Hear me now, listen to me later. I'm the numerator, I'm the denominator. Here, you stick it in until you hear the crunch.
I'm trying to not look at him and just kind of like hear the voice, and it's really so good.
How about Sylvester the Cat?
Oh, I
I
can't
don't
do
know.
Sylvester the Cat, but I can do Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
Let's do Bugs Bunny.
Let me catch him up, let me catch your top. You're so yup, I'm so yup. Whoa, what about the rabbit? Whoa, what about the rabbit? Can't you see that I'm your little senorita?
Joe Pesci.
Bad cop, good cop, all right? Okay? They frig you in the drive-thru. Spidey, go get me a drink, all right?
All right, how about Tasmanian Devil? There's a Looney Tuner.
Especially rabbits. Why you bury me in small hole in the ground?
Yeah, I'm thinking about Tasmanian Devil. He didn't talk that much, right? I mean, when he did, that sounds like him, but he didn't talk. He didn't have a huge.
No, he did a lot of
Yes, he did. Like he was like a monster of some sort, right?
That's right. How about Marvin the Martian?
Yeah. I was just gonna say
Making me
him.
very, very angry. I'm going to have to phase your brain, Krista. I think I can do that one too.
There you go. That's pretty close.
I've been known to bust out a little Kermit once
There
in a
you
while.
go. Wow.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah, why not?
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, reporting for Sesame Street News.
Well, there you
Was
go.
that good?
Yeah.
Okay, how about
And you're talking old school, right? So I want to do one old school for you. I just worked on this because it's a female voice. It's harder to do, and it's Ethel Merman.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, okay.
There's no business like show business. There's no business I know. Oh, what a feeling!
I like that.
Yeah,
I
Ethel
like that.
Merman.
That really sounded good. I believe you just recently did that on Facebook, didn't you? I think
I did as well. Yeah.
I saw that post. I was going through your pages. How about Yoda from Star Wars?
Okay, and then I'm gonna do the Evil Emperor after this.
Okay.
I've been working on that one too.
Okay.
You seek Yoda, judge me by my size, do you? Well, you should not. Do or do not, there is no try.
That's good.
Evil Emperor. So, young Skywalker, your father never told you you had a sister. Good, your hate runs strong. Strike me down and your completion will be complete.
That's good.
Yeah,
How about? Oh, go ahead.
good. I'm so impressed with you because you just rattle these off like it's just everyday things, you know.
Yep.
Do you find yourself doing those just like walking in the stores and stuff like that, and somebody all of a sudden just kind of gets you something, and all of a sudden you
This
break into an
guy's
impression?
crazy. I would totally do that if I could.
Sometimes I do them aloud and some people start to laugh.
Yeah, sure,
that's,
exactly.
I would totally.
Oh,
do that.
yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's fun.
Like go
it's a
through
lot
the
of fun.
like go through
Yeah.
the Dunkin' Donuts
exactly.
drive-through and order coffee like
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny.
That's what I should try. I should go through the drive-through and start doing some of these voices.
Right. Oh, that would be so
And-
funny.
You want some fries, do you?
Yes. And listen, please do me a favor.
Yeah. So
When you do that, Paul.
I was going to say I do Christopher Lloyd as well,
Yeah.
who you remember from the Addams Family and Back to the Future. So,
Right.
so it's that would be. It's your great Uncle Fester, Krista. You might remember me from Back to the Future as the Doc.
I love that.
Yeah, so I do that as well, and I was asked to do 10 minutes of comedy during COVID in Las Vegas for an entertainment show, but I was a little bit trepidatious to go down there during COVID, so I never went down. But now that I have this new manager, Tom Chiarella, he's talking about comedy projects for the future, so that's exciting.
Wonderful.
So I just thought I'd mention
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Wonderful. So will you? Two things. If you do go through the drive-through and order fries like Yoda, we need you to record that while that's happening, and you have to post that up on social media, okay? And
Oh yeah, that'd be hilarious.
because
Yeah.
that could get
Yeah,
you a
that
lot
would
of,
be.
or TikTok, that could get you a lot of followers. And I want you to promise that you're going to keep us up to speed. You know, if you do go to Vegas or you do things like that with Tom, so that we could have you back on and talk.
Oh,
about
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, there was, of course, about the big lull with COVID and everything,
Yeah.
everything kind of shut down and whatever. So I took off my profiles down at one time, and then I reignited them, and I felt, things are going in a better direction now. And it's just surprising. You just do a little voice here and there, and suddenly you have like 2,000 hits within 2 hours, and it's like, wow, like it's just unbelievable. Yeah, it just takes off. I haven't opened a TikTok account yet, but I'm thinking about doing that as well.
Oh, Paul, you
I
have
just
to.
started posting them on YouTube again. I am on IMDb, and I basically right now, exclusively for my Facebook viewers, I post them on Facebook first, and then I post them somewhere else after.
Well,
And
I think
because
we
Facebook's been pretty good, like the response has been really good. Like I was surprised with all the numbers. So
Yeah, so I highly recommend doing TikTok. I started doing that, and I watch it, but there's a lot of that kind of stuff on there, and I think
okay.
yeah, you'll get that younger generation too. So
Yeah.
tell us. Let's talk about Facebook because we're going to close out this segment. I want to thank you for joining us, and tell us how people can find you and follow you, please.
Oh, absolutely. My Instagram's pretty quiet right now, so you can definitely join me on Instagram. Facebook seems to be pretty good. The followers are really well, and you can find me on YouTube and IMDb. I have a professional profile on there, and soon to be on Wikipedia in the future, a profile on Wikipedia as
Oh
well.
wow, that's impressive! Congratulations, Paul.
Yeah,
And
thanks,
your
thanks.
name
So
is
yeah, so working on that stuff, and Facebook seems to be number one, YouTube, then Instagram, yeah, now you put a thought in my head, so probably TikTok in the future.
awesome, and we've got your name right there on the screen for people to just Google that and go to your pages. Paul, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm really happy to hear of your growth spurt that occurred during COVID, right? Sometimes those times are opportunistic, so you made the best of it. Congratulations, Paul.
Thanks. Can I do one more for you before
Yeah,
I leave?
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
This is what I call the cereal box medley. Right here beside my Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious. I'm Coco for Cocoa Puffs. They're great. They're great.
That's the cereal, Tony the Tiger.
Well,
Thank you.
Paul, it was a pleasure meeting you this morning. You made my day, and I'm sure Krista's too. Thank you so much for joining us.
Me too. And we're
No
gonna-
problem. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay, you too. We're going to go to commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back
Yep.
with more morning coffee.